There are things that we dislike about ourselves. When we get triggered by something, when we get angry and we blow up, or whatever our response pattern is when we're pushed to our limit, will come up. And you can, in working with me and with others, we can release that, we can work on that, but oftentimes what we're taught to do over the years is to be a good person and just shove it down. So if you're not feeling it, it's not there. The truth of the matter is it is there. You haven't released it, you've just suppressed it. And when you start to get really serious about changing your life, changing your circumstances, changing your health, it's going to surface and be like, hey, I never went anywhere. I'm still here. And if you're serious about changing your life, I'm going to show up because you have to deal with me at some point. And so when it does, it's not a bad thing. It's just saying, hey, I'm here, and you never resolved me. You just shoved and put me down in the basement and said, sit quiet, I don't want to deal with you. And then somebody comes along and pokes your buttons and up it comes, and you're just like, where did that come from? I'm a nice person. I would never, why would I say such a thing? When the truth is, you'd say such a thing because it's in you and you've never addressed it. And so it comes up in your face, and you have two choices. You either look at it and address it, or you shove it back down and pretend that everything's all good, and you put on this fake act, this hypocritic act that I'm all sweet and it's resolved and it's not really there, when it is. And there are people in your life who know it's there, and they know exactly where to poke you to get that to come up so that you look bad when they're misbehaving. And and it's like, who can be the loudest and angriest gets the blame, and it takes the blame off them and directs it at you, and then you feel bad, and then everybody's like, man, what's your problem? When they're really the problem. They just knew how to poke your button, to bring up that thing in you that you haven't addressed. So tonight we're going to bring that up. We're going to take a deep look at it and be like, that thing we have to realize is there, and we need to feel it. And then in feeling it, we can allow it to transform and change, and then we can release it so that it doesn't stick around. And then the next time when somebody pokes your buttons, something else might arise, but that one won't. So that's what we're going to address. So if there is a thing that you know of that repeatedly pokes your buttons and stirs up all of that anger, hate, rage, and admit that you have it, because we live in a world where we're taught to be nice, and nice people don't feel those things. So for me to be nice, I'll pretend that I don't feel it, but the truth is you feel it. So allow yourself to feel it, and to be really angry and mad at yourself for being angry and mad, at the people who poked your buttons, at the situation that it involves. And we're going to feel into that. And this is strong liver fire. And the liver controls the free flow of chi throughout your body. So if there's liver fire and it's burning it up, there's not going to be enough chi to balance the rest of your body. So this is so important. So bring that up. If you have These are the magnets. If you have them. Definitely liver fire. So put the, just a second. Okay, so put the blue side of your magnet on your liver and put the red side of your magnet on your forehead. And really bring up that anger, that rage, that bitterness, that resentment, all those feelings that you feel. Allow them to be felt and take 3 deep breaths. If you don't have magnets, put your hand on your liver on your right side, just right at your rib cage, and your other hand on your forehead, and take 3 deep breaths. Okay, that feels better. I could feel, as I brought all of you in, I could feel that kind of relax. It's still there. If you have your magnets, put your hands together with the red on the right. If you don't have magnets, put your hand either on your heart or on the fear points. There's 2 points kind of just down from your collarbone. They tend to be sensitive, but you can hold those and massage it. I think I'll do that. And I'll hold my magnets in front of me. And yeah, massage that. And so hold your hands or your magnets in that position and get in a comfortable place where you can relax. If you need to lay down, you might fall asleep, that's okay, or just sit back. Oh, let me check gallbladder. No, that's fine. So gallbladder and liver work together, but usually if we address the liver, it will bring the gallbladder into alignment. So that's kind of what we're doing. The liver is the yin, more feminine part of the combination. And in Chinese medicine, yin usually comes first and balances yang. So hand on your liver. Yeah, that's strong. So just hold your hand either on your liver or on your heart or the fear points here, or hold your magnets. And I am going to start by charging you up with Qigong energy, and then we'll move into some forgiveness statements and some affirmations. So I'm going to use the Pengu Shingon healing treatment at first to charge you up, then I'll move to blue ray. So take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason. Treat with courtesy. Act with emotion and accomplish results. Take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason, treat with courtesy, act with emotion, and accomplish results. Take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason, treat with courtesy, act with emotion, and accomplish results. Now I'm going to keep infusing your liver with chi as I pull out what no longer serves you or what's causing stagnation. So take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason, treat with courtesy, act with emotion, and accomplish results. Take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason, treat with courtesy, act with emotion, and accomplish results. Take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason, treat with courtesy, act with emotion, and accomplish results. Take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason, treat with courtesy, act with emotion, and accomplish results. Okay, in doing that, you're all combined into one, and I'm treating all of your livers because there's a lot of similarities in your circumstances that overlap. So if we can clear the main part, then those little things usually tend to take care of themselves. So that's why this is effective. But what I saw and felt in doing that just now was I dove down into your livers and I was like looking around, seeing where the stagnation was. And I saw within it a little girl about 3 years old who was very upset and crying and caught my attention. Kind of like, you know, when you're out watching birds and then the bird will notice you and there's like this exchange, like, I know you're there, I'm paying attention. That's kind of what was going on. And I could tell from this little 3-year-old that she was having these big emotions, but didn't know what to do with them. And was probably getting yelled at, was probably getting punished for having them. But nobody in her life was mature enough to teach her how to deal with these big emotions. So as I was sending that energy, one, it was building up her energy and confidence, but she was also learning from that maxim from Pengu Shingon, how to deal with these big emotions of the liver, of anger and resentment and rage and frustration and being stubborn and galled and all those big emotions when things don't go your way, when somebody is mean to you. And this is this is how you deal with those. You take kindness and the desire to do good things for people as your base. So always acting in kindness, whatever is coming at you that's trying to make you feel those big emotions, you can flip it around and respond to them in absolute kindness and a desire to see the good brought out in them. And take frankness and friendliness to heart. So to be frank, to say exactly what you mean, not beat around the bush, not say undercutty things, but to be honest and frank about how you feel, without judgment calls on them, without bringing their character into it, but just when you do this thing, or when this thing occurred, not when you do this thing, but when this event occurred, it made me feel a particular way. And that hurt. Because they can't rebut that. The thing happened. There's no judgment call. It's just a thing happened. And this is how I felt as a result of it. That's being frank, and you can do that in a friendly way. And when you don't do it in a friendly way, and you have an exchange that doesn't go well, then you can evaluate it and go, okay, how can I have interacted in that in a more honest and friendly way, so that the next time I do that better? Because it takes practice. Everything that we do takes practice, over and over, repetitiveness, so it becomes a habit. So take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason. Treat with courtesy. Act with emotion or compassion. And then you'll accomplish results. So as I spoke that to this little girl within your livers at 3 years old, she started to perk up, like, I have something now that I can work with. So when things come at me that are building up deep, big feelings, I don't know what to do, I can respond with kindness, with honesty, with compassion, with courtesy. And that's how I can work with that feeling. And I can feel something really big inside of me, and I can be really angry. But my response to that anger is not going to be yelling, shouting, rage. It's going to be courtesy, compassion, kindness. That is going to be my new response. And then you practice it. So as I said that to her, she started to change. And then the whole liver just relaxed, and that fire just went down. So as I go into that now, I'm going to have you say some forgiveness statements with me on this. This is kind of a simple treatment because that really went down kind of quickly. So hand on your heart, fear points. You can hold your magnets like this. And in your mind, or you're muted, so you can say this out loud. It's kind of more helpful to say it out loud, but try and follow along with me as I feel into this. The things that come up in you when people poke those particular buttons that send you into crazyville, and you can't, and your anger just consumes you. So and we'll breathe after each one to help create new neural pathways as we do this. So I forgive myself for hating who I am. Take a deep breath. I forgive myself for every time I lose my composure and I act bad. and angry and rageful, so much that it triggers in me the hate that I really feel for myself. Take a deep breath. I forgive myself for hating what God loves with all his heart. Take a deep breath. I ask God to forgive me for all the gifts of love that he has given to me that I have thrown back in his face because I didn't want it and I didn't understand it. And he loved me anyways. Take a deep breath. I forgive myself for all the times that I hated other people, especially those that are close to me, that I'm supposed to love, like family, but secretly, I really do hate them. Take a deep breath. I forgive myself for hating what God also loves, to the point that he gave his life for them too. Breathe. I give myself permission to love and accept myself enough with just a particle of love to let go and release the anger, the resentment, the rage that I hold on to secretly punish myself for the things that only I know exist and that others bring up in me. That remind me of how worthless I feel. And I bring this all up and allow myself to release it. So that I can receive all the love that is offered to me. Breathe. By releasing all this rage and resentment, this anger and frustration, I am free to receive all the love and compassion and kindness and goodness that others want to give me, want to bless me with, even God, who sees me in ways I can't even see myself. Take a deep breath. Without this anger and frustration and rage, I am free to see life with new eyes. As I fill this space within me with kindness and compassion and a desire for good of others before myself. My eyes become clear. My vision becomes clear. My thoughts and ideas become clear. And I can see myself and others in new ways. And their light shines beyond anything I could have ever imagined. Take a deep breath. I give myself permission to love and accept myself. So that I can reach out and be the light to others and to help them see the light within themselves, so that their lives can be better than mine and more fulfilled, with more joy and happiness and love and kindness. Take a deep breath. I raise my level of acceptance. To the path of life. The path that leads to joy and happiness through kindness and compassion at all times. Not as a mask to hide what I'm holding on to, but with kindness and compassion to release what no longer serves me, and to see in others the potential that they have, and to help and foster that growth. Take a deep breath. When I put others' needs, emotions, and care before my own, I am free from anger and resentment, from pain of the past, from pain of the moment. As I can see with the eyes of God, as He sees me and all His creations. And this brings a smile to me. Because of love. Take a deep breath. When I interact with others through the eyes of love, I am in complete clarity. I can see who they truly are. I can be discerning, and I can be compassionate at all times. And new ways flow into me, and I become creative in all that I do. Creative in interactions, creative in my speech, creative in my ideas of connection and belonging. And in this creativity, I create new bonds that tie me with love to others, because I can see the love in the unlovable. And I am creative in finding ways to love the unlovable. And as I strive to love the unlovable. The beauty that they possess blooms in front of me, and together we're changed for the better. Take a deep breath. I love you, God. I am sorry for what is in me that has sat there for so long, stagnating, creating chaos in my life and in my relationships. Please forgive me and help me to release it from my body, mind, and spirit, now and continuously. Thank you so much. Take a deep breath. And let go of anything that is not kind and loving and compassionate.